This is the secret story of Tamraparni Bhairavi Monastery, which is located in Himalayas near the Alaknanda River in India.
Tamraparni Bhairavi Monastery. What is spoken becomes reality. Speech itself is divine. One who truly understands speech becomes one with the divine. Near the river Alaknanda, there is a place where the water sometimes turns red, not because of red stones, but for another mysterious reason. And on the bank of that red river stands a monastery, where even a single sentence spoken by the Guru Mother can shake mountains. This is the story of entering that monastery. The story of a girl who wanted to listen. The Red River, which not everyone can see. If you want to see the river's true color, first you must change your eyes. There's something strange about the Alaknanda River that is not written in travel books or geography texts. Even local fishermen do not openly speak about it. A few kilometers before Badranath, where the river takes a sharp turn and the shadow of the mountains covers the water, the river changes color on certain days of the year. Red. Not blood red. Not vermilion red. A red with no name, like glowing ancient copper, like the heart of the earth appearing on the water for a moment. Kavita first saw that color through her camera lens, but the camera refused to capture it. In the photograph, the river looked normal blue-green, but to the eyes it was red. As a senior journalist from Kashi, Kavita could not ignore such a mystery. For 3 years, she had been researching hidden spiritual places in the Himalayas. She thought this would become part of her report. She did not know that the report would never be written. The Red Alaknanda, which cameras cannot capture. Kavita sat beside the river with her notebook open in her hands, but the pages were empty. For the first time in her life, words would not come. She, whose writing usually flowed faster than thought, could only sit and stare at the river. Then she saw something across the river, hidden among cedar trees, a structure made of copper-colored stone. No flag, no temple tower, only an open roof glowing under sunlight. It was the Tamraparni Bhairavi Monastery. There was no bridge, yet Kavita stepped into the freezing river. Wherever her feet touched the water, the red color deepened for a moment, as if the river recognized her. I crossed the river, but the river also crossed me. The person who returned was not the same one who arrived. The first meeting with Mother Vajrashwari. Do not judge the Guru in your first meeting. By then, the Guru has already judged you. The monastery gate was ancient copper, carved with a Sri yantra symbol. Inside was a courtyard with a lamp burning even in daylight. Around it were copper bowls filled with fresh red lotuses. At the far end sat a woman in deep meditation. For a moment, Kavita thought she was a statue. Then the woman opened her eyes, and Kavita realized that a speaking statue would be even more frightening. She was Mother Vajrashwari, known to some as Mother Shodashi Tripura. She looked around 35 years old, but her eyes carried something timeless. Not tiredness, but endless depth. She wore deep copper red robes, loose black hair, and a simple red mark on her forehead. Then she spoke, and that itself was the first miracle. Kavita had not introduced herself. Yet Mother said, "Kavita, your notebook is empty. Good. Only what is empty can be filled." Kavita froze. "How do you know me?" she whispered. Mother smiled softly. "Knowing and recognizing are different things. I recognize you. Knowing yourself is your work. The copper Sri yantra. A true yantra is not created. It reveals itself." The next morning, Mother took Kavita into a hidden chamber covered completely in copper sheets. At the center stood a mysterious object, a copper Sri yantra. Kavita had seen many sacred diagrams before, but this one felt alive. In her diary, she later wrote only one sentence. "The yantra breathes," Mother explained. 300 years ago, after a flood, this stone appeared on the riverbank with the yantra already carved into it. No marks of tools, no human work, as if the earth itself had created it. When Kavita looked closely at the yantra, something strange happened. Her hand began writing on its own. Sanskrit verses she had never learned flowed from her pen. Terrified, she tried to stop. Mother calmly said, "Do not stop, the yantra is writing through you." By the time she finished, 12 pages were filled with unknown hymns. Vak Siddhi, the power of truthful speech. Ordinary people speak words. Enlightened people create reality through words. One evening beside the river, Mother picked up a small stone and placed it in Kavita's hand. "What is this?" she asked. "A stone," Kavita replied. Mother took it back and calmly said, "This is water." Slowly, before Kavita's eyes, the stone melted into water. Kavita stared in shock. Mother explained, "This is Vak Siddhi. I did not change the stone, I only spoke the deeper truth." She continued, "A Vak Siddha is not someone who performs magic. A Vak Siddha is someone who cannot speak lies." That thought shook Kavita deeply. She realized how many small lies people speak every day. "I'm fine." "No problem." "Yes, everything is okay." And then a voice rose inside her. When lies stop, real life begins. Mother rarely spoke about herself, but one night she shared her story. She was born in Kerala, in a scholarly Brahmin family. Her childhood name was Lakshmi. From an early age, she had extraordinary talent with language. At age 10, she found an ancient book called Vak Siddhi Darpan. Inside was one sentence: "Where words become truth, their power lives." After reading it, Lakshmi stopped speaking completely. For 3 years. When Kavita asked why, Mother replied, "Because I understood that most of my words were not true. Until words become true, one has no right to speak." At 13, when her silence finally broke, her first sentence was, "Mother, that flower will wilt tomorrow." The next day, it did. At 16, she left home barefoot, with only the sacred book in her hands, and walked north toward the Himalayas. Months later, she reached the Red River and entered the monastery. There, an old guru was waiting for her. "I have been waiting for you," the guru said. That night, Lakshmi became Mother Shodashi Tripura. 30 years passed, but she never seemed to age. The full moon ritual. The moon does not create light, it reflects it. That is true spiritual practice. On the night of the full moon, the monastery performed a sacred ritual beside the river. Mother mixed river water, moonlight, and sacred copper ash into a large vessel while chanting mantras. Then something impossible happened. The moonlight became brighter and brighter. The river turned red again, but this time soft pink red, like the color of love itself. Then music began to rise from everywhere, not from instruments, not from voices, from the river, from the mountains, from the sky itself. Kavita began crying without knowing why. The test of Vak Siddhi. On the 7th day, Kavita's phone suddenly started working again after being dead for days. There was a message from her brother. "Dad had a heart attack, come quickly." Panicked, Kavita rushed to Mother. Mother simply said, "Sit down, your father is fine." "But Mother, the message says..." "Kavita, I said he is fine." Kavita called home. Her brother answered, "Don't worry, it was minor. Dad is already home." Kavita stared at Mother in shock. Mother smiled gently. "I did not heal your father. I only saw the truth." The secret of her agelessness before leaving, Kavita finally asked, "How have you not aged in 30 years?" Mother answered after a long silence, "Age is the wearing down of thoughts and desires. When thoughts stop, the body slows. When desires stop, it slows further. When the I disappears, time cannot touch you." She pointed toward herself. "This body is not who I am." Then she explained the meaning of Shodashi, the 16th phase of the moon, the phase that never decreases or increases, always complete. "Farewell. On the 9th morning, Kavita prepared to leave. Mother gave her a small copper piece engraved with part of the Sri yantra. Keep this. Whenever words stop coming, touch it. The yantra will speak. Kavita asked with tears in her eyes, "Will I come here again?" Mother smiled. "You will never truly leave." Kavita crossed the river once more. This time the water looked normal, blue-green. When she turned back, the monastery still stood there, and Mother stood silently in the courtyard. The copper piece in Kavita's hand was warm from within. Epilogue. Even today, if you stop near that bend of the Alaknanda River with the right state of mind, the river may turn red before your eyes, though never inside a camera. And deep inside the cedar forest, you may find the monastery, a courtyard, a burning lamp, and a woman in copper-red robes waiting silently. She will say only one sentence to you, and that sentence may become the most important sentence of your life, because she is Vak Siddhi, because what she speaks becomes truth. Omaim Hrim Shrim Tripura Sundaryai Namah. Where words become truth, their power lives.